How many girlfriends have you had? If I asked you that question right now, some of you might immediately spit out a number. 1, 2, maybe a whole list of almost relationships. Others might have to sit back and really think about it for a minute. But let me change that question just slightly. If your life completely fell apart tomorrow, if you lost your money, your status, your confidence, and you had absolutely nothing impressive left to offer anyone, would she still be standing next to you? That answer reveals everything. There's a massive misconception. How many girlfriends have you had? If I asked you that question right now, some of you might immediately spit out a number. 1, 2, maybe a whole list of almost relationships. Others might have to sit back and really think about it for a minute. But let me change that question just slightly. If your life completely fell apart tomorrow, if you lost your money, your status, your confidence, and you had absolutely nothing impressive left to offer anyone, would she still be standing next to you? That answer reveals everything. There's a massive misconception in our generation about what a girlfriend actually is. We have blurred the lines between a real partner and a comfortable distraction. And because of that, a lot of you are committing to women who don't actually see you. You just stay with them because it's convenient. Think about it. A lot of the relationships you've been in were just relationships of circumstance. You met on an app, you ran in the same social circle, you were in the same city at the right time. You shared a season, not a soul. The moment that shared convenience disappeared, the moment one of you moved, changed direction, or started genuinely growing, the relationship fell apart completely and you were left wondering what happened. That wasn't a real relationship. That was just two people filling a void together. But we cling to these surface-level situationships because being alone feels like failure. We want the comfort of a label. We want to feel chosen. But having someone to go on nice dates with is worthless if you don't have one woman who will sit with you at your absolute lowest when you have nothing to offer except raw honesty. So, what actually makes a good girlfriend? To me, a truly good girlfriend is someone who operates on your wavelength. I'm talking about someone who genuinely respects your ambitions, your goals, and your underlying vision for your life. When you're trying to level up in life, whether that means starting a business, building your discipline, or just improving your mental state, the woman next to you will act as either your foundation or your biggest distraction. Bad girlfriends get extremely uncomfortable when you start trying to improve. They will resent your ambition. They will tell you to relax, to be more present, to stop prioritizing your goals over the relationship. Why? Because your self-improvement creates a gap between who you are becoming and who they are willing to become. If you succeed, it highlights their own stagnation, but they're just too comfortable to evolve. A genuinely good girlfriend doesn't do that. A genuinely good girlfriend is invested in your mission. When you tell her about a massive, seemingly crazy goal you have, she doesn't roll her eyes. She looks at you and says, "Okay, what do you need from me to get there?" She wants you to win just as badly as she wants to build her own life. There is no quiet resentment. There is no passive competition. Your victory is her pride. Finding a woman who genuinely celebrates your success without conditions attached is incredibly rare. But here's the hard truth a lot of men don't want to confront. If you want a girlfriend like that, you have to be a partner like that. You cannot demand emotional depth, loyalty, and genuine investment if you are entirely self-absorbed in the relationship. Being a good partner is not a passive role. It requires actual, consistent effort. It means listening to her when you'd rather be talking about yourself. It means showing up emotionally, even when you are drained from your own life. And crucially, being a good partner means having the courage to tell her the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. A bad partner will watch her spiral into a terrible decision and stay quiet to avoid the friction. A genuinely good partner will look her in the eyes and speak with honesty and care. He will tell her when she's self-sabotaging, when she's treating herself badly, or when fear is distorting her decisions. It might cause tension, but he values her long-term growth over their short-term comfort. I know how important this is because I had to learn it the hardest way possible. A few years ago, I was with someone I would have confidently called the one. We had incredible chemistry. We had the exact same humor, the same hunger, the same energy in every room. But as time went on, I got way too comfortable. I started treating her emotional investment as a guaranteed resource. I would dismiss her concerns because I thought my problems were more significant. I would cancel plans because something better came up, assuming she would just always be there, waiting with the same patience and warmth. I treated her like a supporting character in my own story, rather than an equal partner in a shared one. And the devastating thing about consistently undervaluing a good woman is that she usually doesn't explode. She just slowly, quietly begins to pull back. By the time I had woken up, looked in the mirror, and understood how careless and self-centered I had become, the damage was irreversible. The trust was gone. I tried to repair it, but it was far too late. Losing a truly good woman because of your own arrogance is a specific kind of regret that reshapes you permanently. It completely changes how you view every relationship that follows. We walk around acting like women with genuine depth, loyalty, and emotional intelligence are a renewable resource. We treat partners like they're replaceable simply because there are billions of people on the planet. But finding a woman whose values actually align with yours, someone who will speak well of you when you're not in the room, someone who will push you toward your potential and pull you out of your darkest chapters, that is a 1-in-a-million lottery ticket. But here's a trap that catches so many men trying to build their lives: the guilt of outgrowing a relationship. We were taught that loyalty is the ultimate virtue, and it is. But a lot of us confuse loyalty to a person with loyalty to history. You've been with this woman for years. You used to want the exact same things, but now you're trying to build a future and pursue meaningful goals, and all she wants is to stay comfortable and maintain a version of you that stopped growing long ago. Whenever you're around her, you feel like you have to shrink yourself, suppress your ambition, and pretend that mediocrity is acceptable just to keep the peace. Listen to me. It is okay to outgrow a relationship. It doesn't mean she's a terrible person, and it doesn't make you the villain. It just means the season of that relationship has run its natural course. If you force yourself to stay purely out of fear of being alone, you will end up resenting her, and you will slowly kill your own potential to survive the stagnation. You cannot pull someone up a mountain if they are completely determined to stay at the bottom. Sometimes the most honest thing you can do for both of you is acknowledge the distance that has naturally grown and stop fighting it. And that brings me to another critical test of a genuinely good girlfriend. How does she handle conflict? Bad relationships are incredibly fragile. They exist entirely on good moods and convenient circumstances. The moment there is real friction, a hard conversation, a period where you have to prioritize work over attention, the whole dynamic becomes volatile. She guilt-trips you. She brings up irrelevant history. She shuts completely down. A genuinely good relationship is anti-fragile. It gets stronger when it is tested.
Think about the healthiest couple you've ever closely observed. I guarantee they have been through moments of real anger and deep misunderstanding. But a good girlfriend respects the relationship enough to have the uncomfortable conversation. She doesn't disappear when things get emotionally difficult. She stays present. She works through it honestly. She owns her part, and you both move forward with greater understanding. If you have to constantly walk on eggshells because you're terrified that one imperfect moment will trigger a complete emotional shutdown, that is not a healthy relationship. That is an exhausting situation that will slowly destroy your confidence and peace of mind. A genuinely good girlfriend loves you enough to let you be fully human, to make real mistakes, to have hard days, and to be imperfect without threatening to walk away every time things aren't smooth.
And honestly, one of the most underrated qualities of a truly great girlfriend is that she gives you the freedom to breathe. Society constantly pushes this idea that if you aren't texting constantly and spending every available moment together, the relationship is dying. But as your goals get bigger, that level of constant emotional management becomes completely unsustainable. A secure and genuinely good girlfriend understands that you have a life to build. She understands you have days where you need silence and space. The best relationships I have witnessed are the ones where both people have full individual lives and choose each other deliberately within that fullness. There is no passive aggressiveness. There is no scorekeeping. There is no "you never make enough time for me" narrative running endlessly in the background. She just gets it. She understands the grind. That level of mutual understanding, where the connection does not require constant validation to survive, is where the actual peace is. It proves the foundation is built on deep respect, not anxious attachment or desperate need for attention. If you are fortunate enough to have a woman like that in your life right now, you need to protect that. Show up fully. Be honest consistently. Do the actual work required to deserve that kind of rare partnership. Your relationship should feel like solid ground, not a battlefield. Stop settling for women who keep you comfortable but stunted. Make space for the one who genuinely believes in who you are becoming, who pushes you toward the version of yourself you respect, and who chooses to stand beside you through the entire difficult process of becoming it. Because the life you are trying to build will be shaped not just by your own effort, but by the energy of the person you are building it next to. Choose that person wisely and become someone genuinely worth choosing.